Good evening. It's July the 10th, 2016. We are here at 2300 Dumbarton Road, McShin. We're coming at you with Project Inside Hope tonight. My name is Brandon, and I'm an addict. Been right where y'all are sitting at, right behind here. We're here to spread the message of hope for y'all, and that's going to be our topic for tonight. I have a lot of hope today. Is the reason why I wanted to choose this topic. I feel that it's a very important thing that we maintain, because hope is what keeps us wanting to do this. First, we're just going to go around, kind of introduce ourselves, where we came from. We'll start with this young lady right here, and just introduce yourself. Just tell us where you came out of, where you came from, and we'll just go around real quick.
I'm Jenny. I'm an addict, and I just got done doing 4 months in Piedmont Regional Jail for stealing from Walmart to get money for drugs.
Welcome, glad you're here.
Welcome. I'm Mason. I'm an alcoholic addict, and I spent time in Harrisonburg and Henrico.
I'm Danae. I'm an addict. I just got out about 30 years ago from Henrico County.
I'm Eric. I'm an addict. I did a year and a half in Henrico, and then did 3 years in Pamunkey. Started that program at L Unit.
I'm Brandon. I'm an addict, and I have been all up and down the 95 corridor from Rappahannock Regional to Pamunkey and Henrico East and West. Just recently got out of Chesterfield. I've been to Southampton, been to White Post Diversion Center, a little tour of Virginia, I guess you could say. Life on the installment plans. Kind of sucks. I was with Eric when we started at LPOD. Just want to give a shout out to everybody in there. Keep your heads up. Also in the Heart program in Chesterfield and the other programs that come and see this. I'm sure y'all get a lot out of this as well too.
I'm Cody. I'm an addict and alcoholic. I've done time in Riverside Regional Jail, Chesterfield County Jail. Y'all may know me. I'm an OG Inside Hope member. And also, man, I wanted to shout out everybody in Chesterfield, man. I'm sure y'all know me. The Heart program, man, keep it up. Stay hopeful. Get what you can out of it, man, and so you can live a good, productive life when you get out and you can come see us and be sitting in one of these chairs.
I'm Roxanne. I'm just here to support everybody. I'm Cody's mother.
I'm Dwayne. I'm an addict. I've done time all over here. I got a long rap sheet, distribution, dope fiend stuff, grand larcenies and whatnot. I've done time in Richmond City, Henrico, Pamunkey, Chesterfield, Mecklenburg, Powhatan, Deep Meadows, Martinsville, Dinwiddie. I've taken a tour of the state. I spent a lot of time in prison, and I found that when I don't get high, I don't go to prison. So I don't know. I don't want anybody to be forgotten while they're locked up. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you. I'm Jeremy. I'm an addict. I've been to Henrico, Hampton, Williamsburg. I got out of jail and I did what people told me to do. I took suggestions and I'm still clean.
Good, man. Taking suggestions. I'd like to talk about some hope. What anyone else wants to talk about in their recovery that I think that would be relevant to whatever anyone can listen to and get some, good feelings about behind that camera, sitting in those seats. We've all been right there, so just know there's a better life out there, man. Like today was a great day for me, man. I got to spend the day with my sponsor today. And I really wanted to go out to a water park, right? I really wanted to go out to, was it Cobblestone or someplace like that right down here? And I was invited to go with a bunch of people, and I said, yeah, that'd be great. And then I went and did like some concrete work outside at the sponsor's house, and I figured like, what in the hell, man? I don't want to do this shit. Getting out there, and I actually had some fun doing it, man. I was working out there with some good people, and it was, I felt hope when I'm out there. I feel hopeful that I can stay clean today. I feel hopeful that there's a better way, out there, as opposed to just going and doing my own fucking thing. I got out after doing 19 months in Pamunkey right there in LPOD, 14 movement or in LPOD, and I got out doing 19 months. And I thought that, that was a pretty decent amount of clean time, and I had written out those 12 steps that y'all write out and everything like that. But when you get out, I strongly suggest you work those with a sponsor if you really are serious about recovery and you work it. You know, and I didn't even work a first step when I went out. I just wrote them all out, and I figured since I wrote them, it was all good. Today I got a good piece on that. You know, it's just like the don't use no matter what thing. And about recovery, you know, recovery for me is not just about not using. It's about developing a life that makes it easier not to use. You know, it helps me to get into a lifestyle to where I don't even think about using. You know, I get around people that are not using. I'm doing things that I do not think about it, and that gives me hope that I can do something better with myself. I did not do that before. I still had that stinking thinking that I think I can do my own thing. I can think I can control my life the way that I want to. I was sadly mistaken by that. But I found that life gets, you know, they say it's an easier way, but I found that life is getting better. You know, I find that life's getting better. It's not just easier. And that's just my little piece real quick. Jenny, if you would like to start with hope or whatever you'd like to talk about in your recovery that you'd like to tell these people behind the camera that you're going through.
Well, I'm doing recovery, but when I was locked up, I gained some hope because I was able to reestablish my relationships with my family, and I'm still working on that, and I'm glad to be here. I'm very grateful.
We're glad you're here.
I'm Mason. I'm an alcoholic addict. I don't know, I've been clean about 30 days, a few days, and what's been giving me hope recently is I've been working a lot, and I'm working on getting a job that looks like there's a pretty good chance of that, so I've just been hopeful that I'll actually be able to make a real life for myself rather than just doing what I can to get money and just stuff like that. I'll actually be able to make money in a legal way and just actually have a normal life that seems like but yeah.
I'm Danae, I'm an addict. For me, I have finally gotten some hope, and I've finally gotten the relief from the obsession of the mind, thinking about using constantly, doing anything and everything in order to get the drug of my choice. You know, over the past 8 years, I've gotten arrested about 21 times. And I think finally this time, from being in there, and I kind of reached out to the higher power of my understanding and asked for the obsession to be lifted, and it has. So I have 30 days today.
Yeah.
For the first time in my life over the past 8 years, I finally, I used to look at people with like a year and think, how did they do that? That's impossible. I'll never be able to do that. But today I actually feel like it's just a matter of time. I feel hopeful. I've been really working hard in my recovery and doing, you know, what some other people have said is taking suggestions, not saying no, just other people that have clean time, I'm listening to them, and you know, they have a lot of clean time for a reason because they've done something right. So I'm starting to listen to them, giving up my will and letting other people, especially my sponsor, you know, just guide me through making the right decisions. So we're basically just doing the next right thing has given me a lot of things back, like relationships with my family and stuff like that, but also the group of the 12-step meetings that I go to, they have just been welcoming and have just loved me through all the relapses and stuff like that. So I'm really happy to be back and to be have this much hope in my heart. That's all I got.
Sure. My name's Eric. I'm an addict.
Hey, Eric.
I got a lot of hope. I'm gonna actually go after it from a different aspect. When I was behind the walls, man, I really appreciate the guys that came in there and spoke, because they're the ones that gave me the hope to start with. You know, I've seen Evan Barlow and Ryan Riggs and John S. and all them guys, and they come in there and they take the time out of their day and try to give you a message of hope, man. And they post it on social media, and it just inspires me, and it reminds me of when I was behind the walls and when I was at my lows, seeing them guys come in and being happy and talking about how their life was going and sharing their experience, strength, and hope with us. Man, that was just like, that's what got me to where I am today. That's what helped me build a foundation, to show me that there is a new way, because I was lost for a long time and I wouldn't be able to find it by myself. So, I really do. I want to put out there, man, I really appreciate them guys coming in there behind the walls and doing what they're doing, because it's making a difference. I haven't relapsed since I've been out. I've got like 20 months clean, something like that. And I don't have any desire to use, because I stay around positivity. I stay around people that aren't using. I stay around, a good atmosphere. It's when I want to lose those connections, man. That's I'm already in relapse mode, and I know that. So I try to stay connected, and if somebody else goes off, I try to pull away from that person and stick with the ones that are still doing right, because I'll follow that person down if I do stick with them. And that's some people say it's loyalty to your friend, but I've learned that loyalty only goes so far. If I'm going to be with you and hanging out with you and you go downhill, I got to pull away, because I got to look out for me first. When you get back, if you make it back, I'll be there waiting. That's the way I look at things today. But I also try to give hope, share hope myself. When people, I actually had somebody reach out to me that I haven't seen in 4 years, because they see my social media and they see that I'm doing well, and they were going through addiction. Like I said, I haven't seen this person in 4 years, but he's seen me on Facebook and stuff like that, and he reached out to me. He's like, look, man, I don't know what to do. And when he asked for advice, man, that made me feel so good, because I was able to share my experience, strength, and hope to him. And, I put the ball in his court to, hey, look, if you want a better way of life, come on, we'll accept you with open arms, man. And I haven't seen him yet, but I'm responsible for the effort, not the outcome, and just the fact that he reached out to me made me feel really, really well. And it allowed me to experience the fact that I can help others, and whether I know it or not, that's what I'm doing, just by doing the next right thing, like she said, and people see it. And when people see it and they feel like they're down in the dumps or whatever, they will come to you, and you don't even know that it's going to happen. You don't even realize how much you're changing the world, but you are, just by doing the next right thing. Thanks for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing. I'm Jeremy, I'm an addict. I guess I want to share a little bit, where I'm at. So I just came back today from vacation. I went to the Outer Banks, and I was gone for 2 weeks. And when I was up there, I was thinking, like, well, I was using, I couldn't go anywhere for 2 weeks at a time. Like, I would always have to worry about it. Am I going to have enough, medicine or whatnot to get by? So just in that, like, I was grateful. I woke up, I was like, man, this is great, man. And I got a little bit of clean time, but that's not to say, like, there's times and points in my life where I want to fucking use. Just because you have a bunch of clean time doesn't mean that you're not going to want to use sometimes. And I was out with my girl's family, and they're all like teachers. There's a couple doctors. They're very well respected in the community. And we were out to eat, and everybody was drinking. And they were having a good time, and it crossed my mind. I was like, damn, like, that's one of them times where I was like, damn, I wish I could drink. Like, I wish I could drink. So that kind of made me a little nervous, and I called a few people. And like, they were going out to their other beach house, and I made at a point, like, it's probably not a good idea I go with them and go hang out with them. Like, and I told them it wasn't anything personal or anything like that, but it's like prevention. I'm not putting myself in situations where I want to use. And a lot of us, a couple of them know a little bit about what's going on. I'm in recovery and stuff like that. So they were understandable, you know, they didn't take it personal or anything like that. So that was cool. And another incident while I was gone, it was her daddy's house, and we had like the youth program come up for the second part of the week. So we had to clean out the house. There was alcohol and liquor and stuff. We had to clean it all out for them. And when we were cleaning out the cabinets, it was just me and my girlfriend. I found a prescription of Vicodin, like a whole prescription. Like my first thought was like, damn, I'm on vacation. You know, like nobody's gonna know I'll be gone a week. The shit will be out of my system. Like that was my first thought. And then boom, like the recovery snapped in. I said, Hannah. And then, you know, we talked about it and we flushed it down the toilet. But like the next day, I was like, thank God I flushed them down the toilet, man. Thank God. Because I remember like in my past, like that's what I would relapse on was Vicodins or pain pills. And that shit got the ball rolling every time. Like I start slow and shit, you know, like when I relapse. Then it just progresses, man. So like I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful I get to come back to an apartment, you know, furnished. Like all my bills are paid. Like I enjoy my life today. And I couldn't say that while I was using, like I was miserable. And recovery is like an active change in ideas, beliefs, behavior. And I can feel that, you know, recovery in me. So like at the times and the points of my life where I want to use, I use recovery. Because that's not to say, like I'm going to want to use again in the future. Sometime I'm an addict. But it's having the tools and utilize them when shit like that happens, man. I'm grateful I'm clean today. Thank God, man. I pass with that.
Thanks for sharing. My name is Brandon. I'm an addict. Man, I can completely relate to everything that y'all just said, man. With that, like, especially with the fact with the gratitude piece. We talked about that last week. I can't talk about gratitude enough, for real. Because that's the shit that fucked me up last time, is I forgot to be grateful for everything, man. I forgot to go outside and be grateful for the air that I get to breathe. I forgot to be grateful for I forgot to be grateful that when my truck is all dirty or if like, my room is a mess or something. I forgot to be grateful that I actually have a truck to be messy. I forgot to be grateful for the room that I have to be a mess, or for something like that, you know. And it's those things that I don't think about. That I think about when the first day when I get out of jail, you know what I'm saying? Like the grass is always greener and the sky is bluer, man, and the food tastes better. And what's the first thing you're gonna fucking eat when you get out? And it's like when you get out, my stomach is all in knots. Like I don't even know what the hell to eat. I don't even know what to be hopeful for. Like Eric said, like when I'm behind that plexiglass cinder block bars, whatever the hell is behind right now, you know, it's like, I mean, I have hope. I'm like, I want to do this and this and this when I get out, man, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get cut up before I get out there, and I'm hopeful that I get some bitches and all this other kind of crazy stuff, man. None of that shit matters, man. It's just crazy as a bitch, man. Like how my mind works when I'm in there, and when I get out here, it's like I get out here and like it's just like bam, it just stops me like in my tracks, like whew, the anxiety that we go through, you know. And then I get comfortable again, and then I think that I can do my own thing, and then I think that okay, well, I know that using once is not a good idea, you know. Like I'm just coming off a relapse myself, and my relapse landed me right back in Chesterfield County, right there. Thank God I had the opportunity to go to the heart program and meet y'all guys. And the program that they got designed there is fucking awesome, dude. Like, I just went in there last week, right? When I came out of Pamunkey, it was like an act of Congress to try to get somebody in that freaking program to go in there to share. We had maybe like one or two guest speakers a week, and that's if we're lucky. You know, John would come in and show us little videos, people that are doing shit like he's using, and you know, and he would do that, and this, you know, and it's like that's cool, you know. I'm glad we got an opportunity to do that, and it brought me hope because I'm looking at these you know, these videos of cookouts. I'm looking at these pictures of events, and I'm looking at these pictures of the girls that are going by. I'm like, damn, I gotta get into recovery, man. Like I gotta do this. It's fucking right. So I get out here, and it's my first time really attempting it, and I'm going at about it a whole wrong angle. I'm going at about it like, okay, I want to get my job, I want to get my vehicle, I want to get my license, I want to get the girl, and I want to get my money. Okay, and then I'll get recovery on the side if that's the thing. See, now that I've relapsed and I've realized where my fucking wrong thinking was, is I gotta put my recovery first. If I don't have that recovery and I don't stay clean, then all that other shit, that doesn't even exist. Because when I get in jail, I don't have any of those things. And that's where it ended up. And all those guys that are in Hart watching this right now, y'all can testify to that, because I got to watch myself on these videos in a jail that I just got locked back up in after being on one of these videos. I don't know if anyone else that has been in jail to watch these videos come out and be on one, then go back in a different jail to watch yourself on the same fucking video you're just on. That's a humbling experience right there. It's kind of mortifying, as a matter of fact, but I'm glad I had an opportunity to do that. I'm glad that I had that piece of reality smack me in my face, to where it's just like, all right, I don't want to chip away anymore at my life, at what I'm doing. I'm hopeful that I got another shot at this, you know, and that's awesome that you can go on vacation and you can see those things nowadays, man. You can go more than, I can't go more than 50 miles from my dope dealer. Man, I'd be stuck in town, and I'm like, all right, do I want to go to the beach for a week? All right, I can stock up, and then as soon as the dope ran out, I had to go back home, you know, or I had to get back out. And I used to think that my world was so big, you know, it was so good when I was using, man, it was so great, you know, and I realized my world is so small, man, when you're on that, you know, it's so limiting to what you can and cannot do when you're on that shit. It blows my fucking mind about how easy you can go back out there too. So progressive, man. Like, y'all think you can go back out and you can use 1 or 2 times? You're sadly mistaken. You addicts like us, you cannot do that shit. I'm living proof on that shit, and I think everyone here can testify to that I go out just the same way that I went in, if not harder. And it's like my disease is in there right now where y'all are doing push-ups, you know what I'm saying? I come back out here stronger than what I was. It's insane, man. Absolutely insane, and I got no shelf life left. I know as soon as I pick up and use, I'm either in jail, and that's the best place that I'm going to end up, because I could be dead. I'm grateful for the fact that I have another chance to sit here today. I'm grateful that I'm in this meeting. Thanks for letting me share.
I'm Cody, my addict alcoholic. I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful to be here clean today. Grateful to not be in jail. Grateful to have, you know, a home to go back to, and a bed to put my head on. Grateful to have food up in the refrigerator, man. You know, cell phone in my pocket, I can get on and talk to my network and Facebook people. You know, I'm real hopeful for the future. And kind of to reiterate what Brandon was saying, man, I'm the same way. Like, when I go back out and use, I can't just use one time. I'm the type of addict to where, like, once I get that one in me, man, it's game over, you know. I'm right back in that lifestyle. I said this shit 100 times, man, 100 times on these videos. It's right back to that lifestyle, man. I'm right back to getting high. I'm right back to hitting up the dope, man. I'm right back to hanging out with old friends. Not that any of that really is it's all consequential to my actions, you know what I'm saying? It's not like these people are just like a fishing line, like luring me in, you know? I lure myself in. I jump out there in the water without a life jacket on, you know? I take my life jacket to my recovery, you know? As soon as I get high, man, it's just like taking a knife and just deflating that motherfucker. All of a sudden, man, I'm trying to stay afloat, and these waves are just coming in and hit me in the face. And then, you know, the waves wash me right back into the jail cell. Every time. It's exactly what it's like. And like I said, man, I'm coming back from a relapse myself. I got like 17 days clean or something like that. It's very humbling at the same time, man, but you know, you don't lose everything when you relapse. I mean, you basically do lose everything, but you still, like, you come back, man. You gotta just start it all over again, get your network back up. And you know, like I said, I'm hopeful for the future. I think I got a good opportunity this time to do the right thing and get my priorities in check. Like I said, man, any one of us can go out and get high any day of the week, but the reality of it is, you're wasting your fucking time. I ain't got it like that. I ain't got the money to go out and get high, you know? I I'm not where I want to be at in life. So for me to go and get high would be like buying a fucking lottery ticket that you ain't even got no money to buy. It just doesn't work. You don't do that. If you only got $5 in your pocket and you don't have no gas to get back to your home, and you put that fucking $5 on a lottery ticket, you probably gonna lose. And you're probably gonna be stuck at the gas station trying to call people for rides to help you out and take you back home. And that's basically what this is like. You know, you're gonna end up calling a taxi cab, and that taxi cab is gonna be a police officer. He's gonna say, I got you a ride. I'm gonna take you right back home. And like I said, man, I'm hopeful. I'm grateful. You know, I'm about to get a job here soon. I got my card thing going right now. I have an opportunity to do the right thing this time and help other people while I help myself, and most importantly, help myself. You know, you can't help anybody else until you help yourself. That's what they say, and I mean, it's true to an extent. Not completely true, but I mean, it's true to an extent, true enough. So, I'm gonna just keep at it one day at a time, try and increase my network, get healthy. One of my main things is getting healthy, man, because this isn't tangible. This recovery shit is not tangible. You can't just fucking, you know, I mean, of course you can buy your way into the program. You can't buy the willpower to do it. You know, you gotta be hopeful, you gotta be grateful, man. This shit, like I said, this shit is not tangible, man. You can come in here and think you just gonna get it, but it just doesn't happen like that. You don't just walk in here one day and it don't just snap like that. It's not gonna happen. You gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the work. You gotta go to meetings every day. You gotta get a sponsor, home group. You gotta do service work. You gotta come to videos. You gotta come to videos every week. You gotta get involved. You gotta meet outside people. You gotta increase your network all over. You gotta figure out those places. This is for me at least. I gotta figure out those places that I can go to and not get high. I gotta figure out when I go somewhere, I gotta figure out if I'm gonna go with somebody that I'm not gonna get high with. You know what I mean? If I wanna go to the pool, I'm not gonna fucking go to the pool with old Jim Bob back around the way that sells crack. You know, I'm gonna go to the pool with Kurt. I'm gonna go to the pool with Brandon. I'm gonna go to the pool with Eric. You know what I mean? And that's gonna keep me clean. That's gonna keep me clean. That's gonna keep me grateful. That's gonna keep me in the circle of recovery. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, like I said, man, this shit is not a waste of time. What's waste of time is out there getting high. That's a fucking waste of time. Spending your money, you're getting high, you're fucking your body up, you're fucking your life up, you're fucking your family up. I mean, like I said, man, there's a time and place for everything. And I'm at the point now where it ain't the time and place for me to be getting high. And I'm accepted of that. I accept the fact that I can't go and get high, and I don't want to go and get high. You know? I got high for so damn long, man. This shit is like, it's like this, man. It's just crazy, like, I got high so, man, I got so many, you know, I've just been high for so long, it doesn't matter, like, that's not on my priority list. My priority list is not, getting high is not at the top of my priority list anymore, man. You know? I mean, it's just a fucking chemical in the long run, but that's what I'm saying, like, well, basically what I'm getting at is that I'm hopeful for the future, get my shit together, you know, get all this shit in check, so I can live a normal, productive life as Cody. You know, I'm still Cody at the end of the day. Like I said, man, sometimes when we come into recovery, we forget who we are. You know what I mean? You kind of come in and you're like, damn, I'm not even the same person. Like, yeah, you're still the same person, man. You're just living a different way. You're doing shit better. You're doing shit the right way. You're doing shit how you're supposed to do it, man. Like I said, man, nothing comes easy in America, man. Nothing comes easy in the world. You don't just wake up one day and have everything that you want. You gotta work for it every single day, man. If you want this recovery shit, you gotta come to meetings. You gotta come to sponsor. You gotta come to video. You gotta do all this little shit that turns out to be big shit. And the more you do all the little shit, the more it becomes big shit. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you're gonna wake up and realize, holy shit, dude, I made it. I made it another day, I made it another week, I made it another month. And I'm so fucking grateful. I am so grateful right now, man. You know what I mean? I'm almost been here for 3 weeks. And the 3 weeks clean, yeah. I mean, when you're doing the right thing, man, and you work in the program, this shit fly by. Shit flies by, man. You don't even think about it. You don't even, you just start rolling. You get that recovery ball rolling, man, and it's just like one thing after another, man. You're building yourself up from the ground up. You walk in here, you like me, you walk in here like sagging your pants, fucking nodding on. Got $10 in your pocket, about to go get some dope with it. A fucking loser, man. Straight up. And then you work this recovery program. Man, and you get those things, man. All those things that you want when you're high, like in my case, I said it before, man, I'll say it again. When I'm getting high, all I want, man, all I want to do is be happy, and all I want to do is have, I don't want to sound materialistic, obviously, man, but in the real scheme of fucking life, the reality of it is, everybody wants things to go right. Everybody wants a car, job, a house, a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you like, and everybody wants to be healthy, and everybody wants to be, what's the word for it, man? Everybody wants to be, like, stably complacent. I can't stand somebody who's fucking unstably complacent. Somebody that ain't doing a damn thing for their life, but they're still complacent. They're getting high, they ain't doing shit. And I call it unstably complacent. You ain't stable. You're not stable at all, man. You're just going through the fucking TikToks of life. And you're getting high, and you're just kind of living it, just like, not doing shit, man. That's unstably complacent. I want to be stably complacent. And that's why I'm here. Thanks for the shit.
Thank you for sharing, okay? I'm just here supporting y'all. And I love all y'all. I'm glad y'all are here. And so go ahead and share.
Appreciate it, man.
Best for last.
I'm real hopeful today, man. I got clean in Deep Meadows in 2004, and I had never stayed clean for any period of time. I came home from prison, and I went to a meeting with the first night home. I met a bunch of good people, and kept going to meetings. I got a sponsor, I got a support group, and did the things that the people taught me to do, right? Got a job, avoided all people, places, and things, and started building some self-esteem. And I stayed clean for a while and did a bunch of good stuff, I got, I had a full life. The thing about this disease, man, the thing about getting locked up that I found is, the chances of going back to jail once you've been one time are exponentially greater than anyone else. The chances of you getting high ever again, if you're an addict, are exponentially greater than everyone else. It's funny that Cody was talking about lottery tickets. So I was clean for like 7 years, right? Almost 7 years. And I ended up relapsing in 2013. And stole a bunch of lottery tickets, broke into some convenience stores and stole a bunch of lottery tickets, and getting locked up again. It was humiliating. I lost everything. I lost my house. I lost my relationship. I haven't seen my kids in a long time, save for a couple of times. I battle with that on a daily basis. My credit's shot. still alive though, you know. I still got another chance. You know, I got hope today that I don't have to get high ever again. When I was younger, it was the answer. You know, it was the answer to all my problems of low self-esteem, insecurities, wanting to fit in, you know, the problem with that answer is it comes with a lot of consequences, man. I've lost a lot of my life from being locked up. So, you know, some of the things that I do today, you know, are much like everyone else talked about, but I formed some really good relationships with people that are still in prison. And I have friends because I have a lot of friends who are drug addicts that are in and out of jail. You know, and I try my best not to forget about those people. I keep money on the phone to talk to them. I try and do little things for them out here, and just try and maintain contact. And it does a couple things for me. One, it makes me feel good about myself because I'm helping somebody else, you know. And I remember how I felt when I couldn't get anybody on the phone when I was locked up, when nobody answered my letters, when nobody put money on my books. I remember how that felt, you know. Another thing it does is it reminds me of where I can go if I stop doing the things that I do, you know. Because I'm no better than anybody else listening to this video right now. Like at any given moment, if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I will be back there. I've proven that time and time again. You know, the hope is that today I don't feel like I need to do anything that's going to get me locked up. You know, I got hope that if I keep doing this stuff, tomorrow I'm not going to do anything to get locked up. I don't know, man. I just hope everybody keeps their heads up and realizes that there is a life worth living out here, you know. And you know, it's a hard road, man. It's a hard road. Ain't nothing easy about it. Staying clean and staying out of jail and jumping all the hurdles and going over all the obstacles, especially once you're a felon. But it can be done, you know. And there's a lot of people out here that want to help. Thanks for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing. That's good, man. There is a lot of people out here that'll help. And I don't know if all y'all have like completely bought into this program yet, or completely bought into what they're doing in those programs that y'all are in right now. I'm sure there's a handful of y'all in there that are probably sitting there, probably sleeping right now, watching this thing, or probably like, what in the fuck are we watching? But I'm telling you, man, this way of life is so much better, man. For the ones that want this, man, the life out here is so much better when you live like this. I thought that I could get that good life back and go back to what I was doing. That shit was totally messed up. Like Dwayne said, man, at any given moment, man, all this could be going. Any one of us, man. I had a good week. There's a good friend of mine, man, just went back out, and everyone thought that he had figured it out. And any given time, man. And it's not just you that go out, man. It's you and your families and your loved ones and people that you bring with you and stuff like that. I got hope today that I don't have to put my family through that anymore. I got hope today that I don't have to put myself through that anymore. I got hope today of a lot of different things. That tomorrow's going to be a better day than today. And even if it's not, then I'll ask God for another start. You know, I got hope that if I just don't use and I don't pick up, that I will not go to jail. Because I don't do shit that gets me locked up unless I'm getting high, man. I go to see my PO. I go to pretrial. I piss clean. I'm able to pick up that phone and call color code and not be like, oh shit. Like, am I going to be going to jail today? You know, I don't have to worry about who's calling me. I don't have to worry about the knock on the door being a warrant or being some PO that's coming to give me some surprise test. I got hope today that I can help somebody else that's been in my situation, man, not have to want to live that way anymore, you know? Because other people that have been in their situations have helped me. You know, I want to be able to do that for other people. Because when I used to watch these videos from where y'all are sitting at, right? First couple ones, I'm like, man, these things are boring. I just want to sit there. Man, there's so much more, man, to that, man. And it gives me great pride to sit here and to be clean today and to sit here and look in this camera, in which I'm really looking at each one of y'all in the eyes, telling you, man, if you just give this shit a shot, you will not regret it. If you go back out there and use, you will regret it. I mean, we got a few more minutes left. Is there anything that any of y'all can say to the camera, to say to the people out there that you would want to hear that would help, you know, just help them in their process of what they're doing, you know? If there's anything at all that's in your recovery that you want to share, please feel free to share it. Lathan?
I'm good at that.
I mean, we were gonna, oh, right, yeah, we were gonna.
You said there's anybody.
Alright, look, I understand a lot of y'all are in programs, in jail. And there's a lot of little bitty rules that y'all have to follow, that may seem stupid, may seem like bullshit. But understand, like, it's the same way out here on the street and on land. Like, there's a lot of bullshit rules that we gotta follow. And especially like in recovery, you know, there's a lot of things that we have to do to stay clean. So like, just prepare yourselves inside for like following simple instructions and following simple directions that y'all may not agree with, man. Like, practice that shit in there so when you get out here, like, it'll be a lot easier, man. Cause like, y'all come out here and move into a recovery house, or something like that. Like, there's rules in a recovery house that y'all are gonna follow. And you're gonna have another motherfucker telling you what to do. But like, just stay humble and grateful, man. Like, fuck, the dude tells you to pull your pants up, pull your fucking pants up. Like, you know, dude tell you like, stop talking, fucking stop talking. Sometimes you gotta let some shit get by you, man. You don't always gotta like state your opinion about a situation. You know, sometimes just shut the fuck up and listen, man. And I pass with that.
Kurt.
Hey, Kurt.
I was filming, that's why I wasn't in the circle, but I felt I should get in there to, you know, give y'all some hope. My hope today comes from a lot of things. You know, the hope I have for my future has far exceeded anything that I ever thought possible. You know, I come out from doing some time, you know, and I try this thing in recovery, you know, for the first time in my life. Actually tried. I've been in the rooms all my life, but I never tried. I never put forth any action. You know, today, I can honestly say that what I do every day on a daily basis, if I continue to do that same thing every day, one day at a time, like, my life is just unbelievable. And like, my life's not all peaches and cream. Like, I'm facing some time. Like, I might have to come back in there with y'all, you know what I mean? Like, as a result of my actions. But you know what? Like, if that's where God wants me for that period of time, then that's what I gotta do. I gotta accept my consequences. And that's the thing that recovery has been able to afford me, is the fact that I can accept the situations that I put myself in and my consequences. You know, instead of fucking denying it and trying to point the blame to somebody else, you know, I take responsibility for all my actions. Like, I'm at a point in my life, for the first time in my life, I support myself completely. Like, I don't ask anybody for anything, unless I'm, you know, in a meeting or something and I need some advice or something like that. But like, financially, anything like that, like, I support myself. And like, I take good pride, like, a lot of pride in that, because my whole life I didn't do that, you know. My whole life, mommy and daddy done paid for everything. You know what I mean? So I never really learned the true value of a dollar, because I had whatever I wanted, you know. And to be able to actually say that, you know, I'm a self-supporting individual, productive member of society, is like one of the main things that keeps me going. You know what I mean? It gives me hope for a better future. You know, it gives me the vision that I am the one that can decide whether my future, whether it sucks or whether I choose to be happy. You know what I mean? And whatever I do, no matter what I'm going through, like, I always choose to look at it like this, like, it could always be worse. Like, or what is this next person going through? Someone else is probably going through something way worse than what I'm going through. You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know, that's how I like look at it. Like, nowadays. Like I can't even like really explain it. You know, I do a lot of fun things in recovery. You know, I'm really involved. I've been getting more involved, and it's like the more and more I get involved and the more action I put into this thing, the more things start to make sense and click in my head. You know, and the more grateful I am. You know, like you say, you know, grass is green, the sky is bluer. You know what I mean? Like just little things, being able to crack open a soda whenever I want, you know, eat when I want, go to bed if I want, take a piss and not have to have another dude watch me, like when he's doing his rounds, you know, looking in the window, cock watching, you know, just, you know, I enjoy recovery, and like Jamie said, like, for real, I relapsed because when I did my time, I came out and I jumped into recovery, but I stayed away, like I was living somewhere else. So when I relapsed, I knew what I had to do. I went to a recovery house, you know what I mean? And I would strongly suggest, if you're getting out and you've been doing any amount of time and you had trouble living on the streets and staying clean, I would suggest you go to a recovery house and start putting some action into this, you know, and keeping people around you and build your network. Like everybody said, get a sponsor, get a home group, get a service position, make meetings, you know what I mean? Do step work. That's, like, for me, that, every time I, like, do step work, like, even if I only do, like, 2 questions, like, I always, like, look at it like, oh, shit. You know, it always answers something that I have in the back of my head that I needed to ask, you know? It, like, answers itself. Writing it out. But, yeah, man, like, it's fun out here. Y'all can have fun. Your lives can change. If we can fucking change our lives and like the way we live today, there is no reason that y'all can't. Because we've all fucking been right where you are. You know what I mean? So, I just want to come and say that, y'all, you know, there is a better way of life. So, you know, strive to get it. You know what I mean?
It's good stuff. Thank you for sharing.
Man, I just wanted to say, go to my head. Just wanted to say one thing, man. For me, at least, sometimes I look at this as like a whole different lifestyle, you know, and it is, you know. And I look at it as like, fuck, I'm doing something different. You know, sometimes I'm like, I'm doing something different, like this doesn't feel right. Sometimes, you know, and like, it's weird. But at the same time, like I tell myself, like, it is better, man. It's not about, you know, yeah, we are living the recovery way, you know, this is the recovery way. We're trying to live a different way, but at the same time, we're living, you know? Like for me, it's like I've done this for a while now, so like I'm starting to actually live this. This is my life, you know, and it's helping me, and that's what it's doing. It is about what I do here, you know? He said the 5 pillars of recovery, but at the same time, it's like, it's a way of life, man. It's how I'm living. I'm living good today. I'm eating good, you know. I'm about to be working. I'm doing all this good stuff for myself, you know. I'm living today, and it's helping me. This program, the recovery thing, is helping me in my life, where I'm at today in life, you know. And it's making things more enjoyable and better because I'm living better. I'm not living dirty. I'm living better. And just staying clean, man, it's not fucking rocket science. The shit ain't easy. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy, but it's not fucking rocket science, man. It's just living without the use of drugs. And then all these little things, the fruits of recovery will come along the way. Every good decision that I make for myself, I see myself growing. And I see myself living better. You know what I mean? I'm living better. It's just better, you know, it's better than getting high. Like when I'm getting high, you know, when I'm getting high, I'm doing reckless shit, I'm doing stupid shit, I'm living dirty. I'm living good today, I'm living clean today. You know? I'm seeing things more clearly, more high definition, you know, I'm seeing things in a clear light. You know, I used to not worry about what I eat. Now I'm worried about what I'm fucking eating. I want to go eat lobster and steak. You know what I'm saying? I used to fucking get high and eat like 100 Rice Krispie treats, and then take a bong rip and watch my buddy throw it all up. You know what I mean? I don't gotta do that today. You know, I'm worried about when I go to the beach. I'm not worried about sitting around getting fucked up on the sand. I'm trying to go fucking fishing. I'm trying to go catch a shark. I'm trying to go out on a boat, man, with some old timers and talk recovery and talk about how we gonna change our lives and get money. You know, how we gonna help the next person struggling with addiction. That's what I'm trying to do nowadays. I'm trying to do something big, man. I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to live clean, live better. And that's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing today. You know? And that's all I got for you guys, man. Stay up. Don't get discouraged. Because I guarantee you living better than you were outside of jail. While you in jail, you're not getting high. You're not stealing from your families. You're eating every day. You're putting on weight. I mean, dude, in the all reality of life, yeah, it does suck dick, but I mean, in the long scheme of things, I mean, you might just be living better in there right now than you were before you went in. And that's the thing about, the good thing about this is you don't gotta live like that no more. I don't gotta live like that no more. You know, I can live good. You know, when I got money in my pocket, instead of going and getting a bag of dope, I can go get a fucking plate of crab legs. I can go get a plate of crab legs. I can go get some lobster and linguine. You know what I mean? I can go to fucking King's Dominion and fucking spend my money on arcade games and fucking teddy bears and shit, and not bags of dope. I don't know. Thanks so much.
Thanks for sharing.
All right, well, appreciate everyone that was here. Sorry we had some people that were leaving. They're not able to join us in the way that we usually end these meetings. We're just going to end this with a serenity prayer. I just want to give a shout out to everybody. You know, so keep your heads up, man. It's a way to live.
Keep them up. Don't find us. 2300 Dunbarton Road.
That's right. Come get some.
Come get some.
All right, how about you take us out here, Cody?
Man, the moment of silence for the still sick and suffering addicts and those that are like behind bars right now that want to live a better way of life. Who we not?
God, grant us serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, keep coming back. It works if you work it, you die if you don't, so work it and live.
Do something.